Whew. Hello everyone, it is your old pal Living Dead, and I am back with another WOD playthrough. This time we are actually going to be returning to a WOD that I played over a year ago. This one goes by the name of Antemortem, and it is a work-in-progress WOD by Snaxalotl. Now, if you remember this WOD, it's undergone quite a few changes since the last time I played it. Chiefly, Snaxalotl has made a lot of additions to it. She has added several new maps, but probably most primarily is that it has also now includes the supercharged mod, so it gives it a completely different feel. The WOD feels almost like a completely different WOD. I have had the pleasure of playing the first 5 maps of the WOD so far. I only played the first 2 before during my last video, and they ramp up in style and difficulty and weirdness in all the best ways. We're going to be picking this up actually on the first episode of the first map of the second episode, which goes by the name of Frigid Wastes, playing on Ultraviolence and GZ Doom, of course, because that is a GZ Doom WOD. This is map 6, Pale Wilds, 135 monsters, 1 secret. And as you can see here, if you are not familiar with Supercharge, which most people are by now, completely different sort of tenor to the beginning of a WOD. We have some revenants over here to prevent us from just sticking around and cheesing this thing. Supercharged features instant weapon swapping, so you can almost play it a little bit like Doom Eternal. Each weapon, in my opinion, has a valid spot in the toolbox now. I think the regular shotgun is way more useful than it used to be in the vanilla Doom toolbox. It still was, somewhat useful for sniping or conserving ammo, but most of the time when you have the super shotgun, you are usually choosing to use the super shotgun. In this toolbox, the shotgun fires much faster than it used to. It fires a substantially amount faster than the super shotgun is in this mod. And it does a decent amount of damage, and it's still very useful as a sniping weapon. The major downside to it is, as you can see, you have to manually reload each shell. So let's see what we've got here. Cool little sector glows here. Some nice warm lighting to contrast the obvious chill. I'm really digging this snowing effect. Just this kind of natural landscape here. Now, one thing I've complimented Snax's mapping before is that she is very good at invoking very weird stuff. Just alien types of shapes and geometries. I wonder if I'm supposed to be able to jump up here. Yeah, it looks like it. And yeah, here we go, little secrets. And I found the secret Snaxalotl. Oh, is that a coffee cup? Or thermos? Something else? Hello there. Just a lot of very detailed geometry and just very weird stuff. Giant maps of flesh and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. So, I'm interested to kind of see how this one progresses. It's a little bit more natural looking to start with, but no more or less interesting to look at. A very interesting ice landmark over here. And very cool ice glows and stuff like that. I'm very much into that. So what else do we have? Somebody was shooting some projectiles for me. Oh, are you up here, buddy? Come here. Little... I can't tell if those are like icicles that have, like it used to be plants and they frozen or something like that. It's a very cool detail. So just a lot of very individual detail. I think there's a tendency a lot of times for WOD authors to use OTEX, and they just lean on OTEX to make the map look good. I didn't realize I was out of shells. and they don't really evoke a unique sense of style, at least in my opinion. They just tend to kind of look a little bit samey. I think OTEX can be too much at times. Yellow skull required. Okay, good to know. But I find that Snaxalotl, at least in the first part of Antemortem, she was able to use the OTEX pack in a very, I don't want to say unique way. I feel like that's kind of implying this kind of like, sort of hard to phrase what I mean. I definitely felt like she put her own spin on it, and I think that the OTEX texture pack matched very well with the vibe that was being created with Antemortem's first episode. It is not your boomer dad's doom, that's for sure. A lot of just little dispersed pockets of supplies all over this area. And I guess I should probably start like charging into this map. I've sort of wandered around quite a bit at the beginning, just looking for interesting things to talk about. I really want to know what this is. I'm curious, is this going to hurt me when I jump in here? It's not. Okay. Kind of surprised by that. What do we have here? This thing just looks really cool. It's slopes in UDMF are also one of those things that can be very gimmicky looking, in my opinion. This is a nice little like monolith type of thing. And in fact, I don't really recall, I don't feel like Snax uses slopes very often at all in her maps. And I think that's probably a good call. I think slopes just, one of those things, oh, I can make slopes? Yeah, but you should probably not just do it as often as you think. Okay, whoa. So, if you're not familiar, of course, many different changes to the weapon roster here. The rocket launcher shoots much faster. It does a lot more direct hit damage, but way less splash damage. And this has the effect of... oh shit, I'm gonna die. Ooh. Making it pretty good against cyber demons, actually. But it becomes a much more... it becomes much more of a single target type of weapon, at least in my opinion, than the Vanilla Doom counterpart. You have to be a little bit more precise with where you pop those rockets. It will kill weak guys easily, and it will take on groups, but it definitely is very strong with direct hits. Whew. This map is no slouch in the difficulty. Little under halfway there in the monster count. The later maps in the first episode, they are pretty gnarly. High monster counts, tons of archviles. There's like a time when you're fighting like 3 or 4 cyber demons at once with archviles running around. Not spoiling a whole lot of stuff, but it gets pretty hectic. You gotta be good at this kind of gameplay if you want to keep up. All right. I'm going to come up here now and step on the button. Ugh. Somehow it feels like... whew. One thing I'm hoping to see is maybe just a slightly reduced usage of revenants in this episode of the WAD. I feel like ultimately, there was a few encounters in episode 1 where I was just like, more revenants, okay, and getting a little bit tilted at them. I don't know if there are major changes made to them in Supercharge or not, but what I can say is that I certainly felt like way more of their projectiles would just follow me around for hours. But I also know that sometimes in Doom it's just about luck of the draw. Sometimes you just get unlucky and fucking every rocket is a homing rocket. As you can see, the pistol makes a very good sniping weapon here. It's very good for that. And Snax likes to put a lot of perching enemies in certain maps, snipers and the like. I was very commonly using the pistol to just take care of those guys. Good sort of finisher type of weapon. It's very accurate. I don't remember if headshots count in supercharge, but I do aim for the head when I have the opportunity to do so, just in case. You can see that there's a lot of good detailing on display here as well. We have a kind of like a ritual table of some kind. We've got a little petri dish of blood and some daggers, a little bone, a worm. What's this little guy doing here? A Spider-Man emblem. I like that. I was kind of expecting this to just be a straight up fortress. I like that it's a blend between a fortress and there's a cave just kind of right behind it. A very cool a very cool usage of entering the area and having something very interesting to look at. I think it's a excuse me, I'm just kind of having a little trouble over here today. I think it's a good touch when you explore into a new area and there's like some cool new vista to see, something that's eye-catching to kind of draw your attention. You are immediately sort of foreshadowed where it is that you might be going, and you might even want to try to go there. So that looks really cool. I want to get over to that. Seems like that's what we're going to be doing right here. That side is locked. Yeah. Yeah, the blue keys are the other way, and so we are forced to go this way. That looks like it's going to be hot. Personally, I like the chain gun better than this assault rifle replacement, but at least it makes a good sound. Oh boy. I'm still out of rockets. Right. One thing the Snax has done that is a modification of Supercharge itself is reduce the enemy's hit points. I believe it was between 10 and 20%. So you end up fighting quite a few enemies, but Snax has the wherewithal to make it a little bit less grindy. Oh, that also hurts too. Okay, I mean, I figured it would. It just seems like it hurts really slowly. What is this? Is it just a unmelted pile? I think that's what it is. There has to be a way out of here. Here we go. That works. Uh-oh. Oh, the fucking water. The fucking water. I'm too slow. Oh, I can jump on their heads. Maybe. Oh, okay. Well, somehow it worked last time. God damn it. I also think I just have an aversion to, fuck off, man. This Revenant sprite. And it's purely because of, like, Brutal Doom and how fucking annoying the Draugrs are when you get to that tier. They shoot, like, fucking laser beams and just, like, railgun shots at you, and they drive me nuts. So when I see them in Supercharged and in this WAD, I just want them to fucking go away. Alright. Do this. Let me stock up on supplies before I trigger this trap here. I have some ways I can do this. I'll wait for that rocket to detonate, did it? Yeah, we're done. Uh-oh. Okay. Get that all reloaded there. The guns do not reload when you have them away in your inventory. Now let's go ahead and pick up the health. And let the fun begin. Yeah, now that I know that's happening, I'm going to jump off. I hate that you get in the slow water. Oh man, oh man. That's not good. Okay. That just makes it so nasty. So I wonder if swimming is kind of like a viable thing. And come over here. This is a good place to be. A lot of room to dodge rockets. I don't really care all that much if the Archvile resurrects a few guys. I want to get this spider out of here first. He's actually the most dangerous thing in my opinion. Second to the Archvile. Stop moving. Stop moving, motherfucker. I will pistol this son of a bitch to death if I have to. I do not give a fuck. Make him go over to one of the... I've kind of screwed myself being stuck up here though, aren't I? A little bit. Let's do this. This will work too. Come on, let's get this goddamn guy. So many Revenant rockets. So many Heat Seekers. Look, all of them are Heat Seekers. Tell me I'm not crazy. No, no. Ah. I like literally... There we go. Okay. I'd like to find a way to do this where I don't have to fight like this. This is my least favorite way of fighting enemies. It'd just be nice if I didn't have to avoid all those goddamn homing rockets. It just drives me absolutely nuts. I don't know how I get so unlucky. I feel like it just feels totally anecdotally that Supercharge has more likely to fucking have homing rockets from Revenants. See those little ducking moves under those? Yeah, it's pretty slick, isn't it, buddy? Oh god, it's right behind me. I'm taking some risks here. Taking some risks. All right, 100% finished. That got pretty hard there at the end. We have some interesting stuff going on with the progression in this map. It's really just this one large central area with a few offshoots, and it's used very well. You end up coming down here. You can come up here and get the super shotgun. You see your first roadblock, which I think is good. Getting the player to the super shotgun in such a way where they also realize they need the yellow key to progress the map. That will kind of... I just feel like stocking up with a weapon and being given an objective kind of gears you up to go explore the rest of the map. Like, it gives you a purpose in the map. So you come down here, you go over to where the key is, and trigger an ambush that you have to get back up this way. There's some good obstacles in the ice crystals. I also noticed these up here. Don't think I didn't see those. I just forgot to comment on them. I have some interesting ice crystals down here to kind of use to play around with. And, you know, it's nothing more unique than just some pillars that basically block line of sight, which you need in combat. But it looks very interesting here. It almost looks like these ice crystals have fallen out of the sky, or I suppose it could be that some sort of obelisks or monoliths that were already here have been frozen solid themselves. It's a mystery I will never know the answer to. This makes me think that there is some kind of thing that has frozen over rather than this being a natural formation. Then you come down here, you go through the little castle area, and you end up back over here on the other side, which you do see, so that's good. It shows you where else the map is going to bring you. Makes you wonder, when am I going to get up there, or how am I going to get up there? If you don't find this secret, then you might even wonder, is that a secret? So you have a lot of questions that are unanswered, and you need to play the map to answer those questions. When you get the blue key, the trap is sprung. The slowing liquid, I feel the same way about it as I do in Doom Eternal. It's just, I don't like to be slowed down. Then that's not to say it's the wrong move, but personally I do not like to be slowed down. It just makes me, ugh. So the best thing to do is to jump off onto the ice, probably. I think if I had, you know, used these pillars down here a little bit more adroitly, I would have maybe disarmed that a little bit with a little bit more grace. But, you know, blind playthroughs and all that, you're not optimizing always on the fly. Coming over here and having to kind of like play peekaboo with the enemies, I always hate doing that. It's not my favorite kind of thing to do. It'd be nice if, I don't know, it's just kind of the way that the map sort of played out for me. Unfortunately, all the enemies just kind of clustered over here, and I feel like the Revenants really pinned me down to such a degree that it was one of the only moves I felt like I could make. So anyways, though, we're done with it. Made it back up here. Here's the blue key now. Interesting little, I don't know what these are. Something. Some barrels. Very cool. Very cool. Just the blue lights. Like, I mean, you look at this, you see a screenshot of it. You didn't see a supercharge or something like that. Oh, maybe that's something that needs to be lower unpegged. Yeah, upper unpegged possibly. Maybe. You know, you could be forgiven for thinking that this looks like Eternity. I mean, Eternity is kind of defined, at least topically, by the OTEX. I think Eternity is a lot more than the texture pack it uses, personally speaking. But I do feel like this WAD so far has kind of taken on its own identity that doesn't... it's not trying to make you think of Eternity. So good stuff. I'm ready to play the next one. We'll see how it goes. This was Pale Wilds. Leave it here for a second. That was a fun map. You should let me know what you think of it down in the description or in the comments. No, you can't leave a comment in the description. Only I can do that, buddy. Go to the forum thread where the link in the description takes you there. And you can tell Snax, hey, I saw that video. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to give this WAD a try. If you have a WAD or a map that you've made or that you want me to play, you are more than welcome to suggest it to me. You can comment or send me a message. I don't give a shit. Either way, that's pretty cool. Let me know if you want something. Otherwise, I will see you next time. All right now. Bye-bye.